Hello, in this video I'll be reading to you from my success binder from this course, Paymaster Profit System, Paymaster Multifacts by Jimmy Phipps. Where will you be in the next 5 years? So we read number 11. Today we're going to go with lesson number 12. The News Media, Better Business Bureau, and Your Business. This segment is designed to educate the general public on the impact that negative publicity has had on mail order business, multi-level marketing, and other businesses in general. Before I get into this segment, I must warn you that some of the opinions and observations I will share with you may shock many of you. Paymaster's commitment to reveal the truth to the public is the foundation of this company. We will not sugarcoat or sweep under the rug the corruption and unfair, unjustified, even illegal abuses of power used by politicians to use the media to spread lies, allegations, innuendos, and accusations which play on the public's general misunderstanding of multi-level marketing. It is time to rid America of the mindless cannibalism by the media and politicians who make a habit of sucking the life out of the American free enterprise system and the American people. That's a quote. First of all, it would be more accurate to classify every politician and newspaper reporter as power-hungry, egocentric, sensationalistic, and out-and-out liars than it would be to assume that every company owner who wishes to use multi-level marketing to promote his company is a crook and only out to fleece the public. Sensationalism sells newspapers. Unfortunately, it can also totally destroy a business which provides income to thousands of average, good, hard-working individuals who have committed their time, efforts, and money to a business opportunity of their choice. It is also unfortunate that companies ruined by these actions have no recourse through the courts for the damage done to them by irresponsible bullies who are only interested in ratings or in getting elected to a higher office. The most disgusting thing about this is the fact that so many people get caught up in lies and actually start rumors to make the lies juicier. I compare these people to the crowd who would stand around while a group of thugs beat and robbed an old man on the street and then go down to the local bar to discuss how terrible it was and how unsafe it is to walk the streets. People would rather gripe, complain, moan, groan, criticize, and spread rumors than to get involved in solving social problems. Yet these macho people would rip your head off if you put a scratch on their car. It is disgusting to see how deeply people get involved with smut, pornography, and other garbage and then turn right around and complain if they lose a few dollars in a program designed to help them simply because they are too lazy to work it. Or someone on TV or in a newspaper said a program would not work because it was a multi-level marketing company. I would like to point out that there are more broke people in America doing it the old way than there will ever be broke people working multi-level marketing programs. If you study history, the record books are full of people who were told they could not do it. Most people do not realize that the media is controlled by the government, just like the airline, insurance, oil, railroad, trucking, and banking industries. Many of the Better Business Bureau reports and newspaper reports you hear periodically are replays and reprints of coverall alleged schemes, public service announcements that are 2, 3, and 4 years old. For example, you may hear about a pyramid scheme or airplane game going around 2 years after the fact. This type of negative propaganda is just a reminder to the public that they do not have sense enough to make decisions for themselves, so to watch out, you may get burned. I guess one excuse is as good as another. I have talked to many company owners over the past 10 years who repeat the same horror stories over and over. It is amazing how the truth never really gets told, as people seem to want to listen to lies rather than truth, and to quit rather than stand up for what is right. Well, folks, I have no fear of telling the truth or calling a spade a spade. The attack usually begins with an allegation or innuendo of wrongdoing by the company. Many times these allegations and innuendos are unjustified and do not come as a result of a complaint against the company, but rather through the action of an overzealous Attorney General with great ambitions of moving up his ladder of success, no matter who he has to step on to do it. Being an MLM company, multi-level marketing company, owner requires one to be tough as iron, quick-witted, determined to succeed, and not afraid to stand up for the industry and the company all at the same time. A multi-level marketing company owner is more apt to care about his employees, his business structure, management, payroll, advertising, and every other aspect of running his business, including taking care of any complaints from customers, than other business owners, because he knows his company is fragile and his reputation can be ruined overnight by lies and rumors. Yet many times good companies are ruined no matter how hard a company owner tries to do everything right. The second phase of the attack comes with illegal acts by government agencies to harass, intimidate, and cause discord within a company by issuing unconstitutional restraining orders in an attempt to scare potential customers of the company. This shuts off income to the company, which pay employees' salaries, overhead, and operating expenses. Most small companies simply fold up their tents and quit rather than fight. The sad part is that a company owner has no recourse for damages, even though he may be successful in proving his case in court. One company in Arlington, Texas, who sells radiant barrier, paid the state of Texas Attorney General's office over $30,000 for investigation costs and was found in compliance with the law. What is radiant barrier? It seems to me that those who make the attack and allegations should be required to pay their own expenses for unjustified harassment tactics and be subject to restitution for damages rather than being paid off. Until the public is informed of the illegal acts of government officials and agencies, there is little hope that much will change within the industry. Paymaster's purpose is to simply do its part in educating those who care by providing first-hand information facts. It is our hope to become a nerve center for those with backbone who are sick and tired of the government and others waiting on our dreams. I find it rather amusing that many politicians have faced the brutal mudslinging tactics used to destroy many multi-level marketing companies over the years. Just look what happened to Nixon, Hart, Tower, Wright, and others in just the last few years. What goes around comes around. Okay, let's pause for a moment. I gotta connect to the battery or to the charger. Let's continue with what goes around comes around. You may remember a statement I made in a previous segment. Too bad ignorance is not painful. Negativity is an illness that has been destroying our country for many years. It is passed on like a germ by rumors and literally kills people's hopes, desires, and creativity. It robs people of self-esteem, self-respect, and ambition. It makes mental midgets of people who, after continued exposure, as it sucks the brain dry and turns the heart to bitter mush. It seems to run rampant among politicians and newspaper people who have no respect for any individual's life, private or business. After a negative attack hits a company, people automatically assume the company is at fault. Assuming does nothing except make an ass out of you and me. As you, me. I never assume anything. Most companies spend or waste more money trying to ward off the disease of negativity than they do in productions of products, payroll, and operating costs. It seems the public has been suckered into believing everything that comes along which promotes wealth is bad, evil, and some form of fraud. Fraud is when you don't get something. If that is the case, 95% of the people in America have been subjected to fraud, as we have been told this is the land of opportunity, where anyone with guts can accomplish any goal they wish. If a political leader tells you you can't do it, he is committing fraud. Paymaster takes offense to these lies and says you can do it. Who would you rather believe? You do need people on your corner, people like a coach, a motivational speaker, someone to encourage you. Paymaster's marketing structure is different than anything you have ever seen. It gives all the money back to the people except basic production costs of the materials and a computer hookup fee. We simply do what we do because we feel it is important that you know what kind of people have been robbing you of your brain power for so many years. There is a book called Think and Grow Rich. That one book has helped more wealthy individuals reach their dreams than any other book. It makes sense to me that following advice from those who encourage you to think and do is better than following advice from those who tell you that you are nothing but incompetent fools and should not even think about making a decision for yourself. From now on, make up your mind that you will not be deprived of the success and happiness you deserve out of life. When something happens in your life that is negative, cut it out of your life. When something goes wrong with your business, find out why and place the blame where it belongs. Even if it means you have to admit you didn't do what was expected of you. Be responsible for your life. It's the only one you have. Don't assume anything. Find out the facts from the person who makes an offer, promotes a program, or designs a product. It totally amazes me how people will ask others who know nothing about a program their opinion of it before they make a decision for themselves. That is why we provide phone numbers of sponsors on our brochures. Get tough on negativity. Kick the negativity habit. In closing this segment, I would like to express my sincere desire to help those involved in the Paymaster program. There may be things that come along as you venture into the unknown in this educational experience which causes you doubt, confusion, fear, distrust, or negativity. We realize the complexities in the emotional makeup of people more than you can ever imagine. Please, for our sake as well as your own, when in doubt, find out. We will try to help you, but we will not be a whipping boy for those who would rather complain than work. Paymaster is designed for those who want to do something with their lives. With that desire comes the responsibility of taking positive action toward your goals, as we cannot and will not drag anyone along. Here is something to remember. 5 points. Action creates production. Production creates income. Income creates wealth. Wealth creates financial stability. Take action now. Alright, so I'm cutting grass. I cut one house, two houses, right? Plus my wife also started cutting because she wanted to use the lawn before I started using it. So we have created action. Our house looks nicer with the grass cut. And I've got 2 houses, 2 customers right there. That's production, and production creates income. In the next video, I will be reading to you A Letter to the Better Business Bureau by James Phipps. God bless you and those that surround you. Go do a good deed. Go cut grass. It's a beautiful business. You will learn so much by doing it. Do 1 yard per day in the summer, front and back. Enjoy your work. Even if all you do is just cut the grass and you don't do any trimming around the bushes or around trees, and you don't do any edging, and you don't blow the grass back onto the grass from the sidewalk. Even if you don't do that, you could still earn an income of like $20 per house, maybe even more. Go do a good deed.